What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of A Wolf in Geek's Clothing, hosted by yours truly, Wolfson. And with me is my special guest, my brother from another mother, the other pro Yu-Gi-Oh player that everybody does not give them credit, Mike Phoenix Hero. Let's go!
What up, everyone?
What's happening? What's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good, bro. Before we get into our fins with TCGs and a bunch of other topics, because we missed last week's episode. I wasn't feeling well, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm human, not a robot. It happens, and it's a good break for me and Mike to sometimes take for the weekly episodes. Guys. First things first, I do want to say it has been a very sad weekend for the recent passing of Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama. Rest in peace to a legend. As you can see, I got my favorite character from the Dragon Ball universe, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, as a tribute to for Akira Toriyama, as a thank you for the wonderful years that has brought to us since we were childhood. I mean, if anybody knows anybody or anybody knows me, and I'm pretty sure in your situation as well, Dragon Ball is like, it's our childhood, grew up with Dragon Ball. We grew up with Dragon Ball Z. I think Z was like my favorite series of them all. And, 20 years later, they brought back with Super, which is dope, but Z still is the one that hold the title of it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was a very sad weekend. And, lots of tributes were across the world. Like it landed to even big news anchor channels like CNN and BBC and stuff. Like it became a huge thing. I mean, even creator of Naruto, Mashima Kishimoto, and the creator of One Piece, Ichiro Oda, they all said their piece and they expressed themselves their fondest times with Akira Toriyama, and it was too early for him. It was too early. All I can say is rest in peace, man. Thank you, Rick. Thank you for the great childhood. Thank you for my childhood, man. You were definitely a part of it. Is there like any particular thing you can think of, that because of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or any other Dragon Ball series made you the person that you are right now?
I'm trying to think. Definitely, I will say like Dragon Ball is one of the things that like made me connect with a lot of people when I was younger. Because I was like, even though like pop anime wasn't like mainstream yet, like people still watched Dragon Ball, and that was like something like when I remember being in elementary school, like if I had trouble making friends, that was like one of the topics I could like bring up, and like people would be like, "Oh, you watch that too?" So yeah, I definitely made connections, and I always remember that. I always remember like being a little kid and talking about Dragon Ball, and that's how I used to connect with people.
I feel the same way. You know how it was back then. If you watched Toonami, it was like Dragon Ball Z every afternoon. Like you can't miss it every day. It was like a brand new episode, and the next day you just go back to school and you talk with your boys, and you're like, "Yo, did you saw last week's episode? You saw yesterday's episode? Yo, Gohan went Super Saiyan 2. That's crazy!" Like
Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, bro. Back in the day when nobody wanted to say, "Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 2 is a thing," I had arguments with people that say like there's no such thing as Super Saiyan 2. I'm like, bro, like this guy just transcended the levels of it. Like you're telling me that we can see a Super Saiyan 3 and a 4, but there's no 2? Like they just skipped it. That's how it works. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Yeah, it's just...
What do people call it? Ascended Super Saiyan?
Yeah, ascended Saiyan. Like, it was like a level ascended to the Saiyan. It's some ridiculous shit because they say it in the anime. But we all know it was Super Saiyan 2. And for the longest time, people were like, no, Super Saiyan 2, as it says, but Super Saiyan 3 does. Yeah, because it's 3 and then there's 4. Like, how the hell did we skip 2? Like... We all went to school. How do we skip math in this? Like, it's not that hard. And luckily, in the Buu saga, it was corrected. And yeah, That when Goku was about to transform Super Saiyan 3, he went elaborate at the level. It's like, or you could call this Super Saiyan 2. And I'm like,
You got it.
God damn, I'm right. Whew. I was so hyped, man. That I feel like that episode alone was probably like the most fondest episode ever. Because the fact that it just like transformed into Super Saiyan 3 and prove everybody wrong that I knew I was right. And the fact that it was just like it shows you like the history of Goku, how he became from little to where he is now is like, yo, this guy just like keeps evolving, and we know that this guy is one of those protagonists that will not stop evolving.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, like, it's that and the Trunk saga, the Android saga. Yeah, when Trunk's first appearance, that was my second favorite episode. When Trunk appears and start kicking Frieza's ass. And I guess like my third,
that was crazy.
yeah, that was crazy. And my third episode was probably when Goku became Super Saiyan for the first time, and just and start fighting Frieza. So I if I have to name like my top three, those are my top three episodes of them all. Which one would you name your top three at least? In no way order. In no way order.
In no way. Goku versus Jackie Chung.
Oh my god, you went way
in
back.
in the first world tournament.
The world tournament. Yeah, you went way back in the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I think definitely Super Saiyan 3. I like Super Saiyan 3 more than the normal Super Saiyan transformation.
Me too. And it's surprising because a lot of people don't like 3. And I'm like, how can you not like it? Like, it looks such badass.
Yeah. And everyone felt him transforming.
Yeah, that's
like across the world. They were like, "What is this energy?"
Yeah, like even regular people that doesn't even have energy, they felt his presence. That's how menacing Free was.
And also, like when he did it, you're just like, he kept this from Vegeta. Because he technically, like, you know how Vegeta like postponed the fight or whatever to go like fight Boo, and he's like, he just kept that like to himself.
Which later on in the Boo Saga episodes, Vegeta called him up about it, and he was so pissed at it.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. That shows that debunks the who's better, Goku or Vegeta. It's like, well, Goku was stronger.
Yeah. And then I guess one of for third, or not third place, but in my last like 3, Goku versus General Blue.
Wow, General Blue. That was I remember that.
I love I love General Blue. I think he's one of my favorite characters.
From the villains part, right?
Yeah. Because he's the only villain that actually could have killed Goku. But then Plot Armor stopped him. Because this was at a time where like Goku was just too OP and like he just kept like one-shotting everyone.
Right.
Like he would just fight all the other like generals, and then he'll just like smack them and instantly win.
Yeah, like it was nothing.
And the whole arc was crazy because then they did the crossover with Dr. Slump.
Yeah.
Because they brought in Ariel, and then he was trying to fight Ariel and couldn't. And then General Blue's one of my favorite characters, like villains.
That's good.
Even though he's probably like one of the weakest villains in modern time.
Probably. My favorite villain, it will have to be Kid Buu. Like,
Kid Buu. He's the menace.
Because if you look at all the trajectory and I'm counting from Dragon Ball all the way from the beginning to all the way to Super, to where Super ended, right? Or where the Broly ended, or superheroes ended, however you want to call the canonmy. If you look at the trajectory, every quote unquote villain that Goku has fought, eventually they became friends or colleagues, or not so much enemies that we're gonna kill each other right now. You know? And you can, I mean, you can. I'm pretty sure we talked about this. Like, you can think like all the way from Dragon Ball, where Yamcha was a bad guy at the beginning, and then Tien, and then Piccolo, and then in the Z era, like Vegeta was one of the main antagonists, and he became a part of the Z fighters, and then Frieza. Obviously, Frieza will always gonna be Frieza. He's always a villain, but he eventually fight alongside Goku, and you cannot debunk that. As well as the androids parts, like obviously all the androids were evil, but 17 and 18 end up being with the Sea Fighters at the end of the day. And even 16 too. 16 also swing with the Sea Fighters as well. So it's like every saga, any villain that Goku fights, they always end up being a good guy or fight alongside with him enough that we're not gonna kill each other now. Shit, even Beerus. Like, even Beerus, the god of destruction, he is known to destroy things. That's his purpose. I'm gonna destroy shit because I want to. I feel like it, I'm just gonna destroy you. He befriends Beerus. That's Goku's thing. And if you can see that trajectory, Kid Buu was probably the only antagonist that doesn't have any intention other than I just want to kill because. It's just pure evil. It's the only one that didn't even switch sides or even didn't even thought of planning on battling with him. Kid Buu was just like, they made Kid Buu so OP that they had to bring the original Majin Buu, the Fat Buu, to fight him so Goku can create a spirit bomb, a huge spirit bomb across the universe, and Vegeta also to fight him to stall time so Goku can shoot him the spirit bomb. Like, it took everything just to kill him because it was even as Super Saiyan 3, it wasn't enough for Goku to kill him. So it was like impossible. And his evil intentions, like, people can argue with me, but but what about Black? It's like Black had his intentions. Black just wanted to be the only god around, and he was so obsessed with humans. It was just, he had no ambition. He just wants to be better than Goku. That's his only ambition. And Cell was programmed to kill Goku. After that, he doesn't even know what his purpose will do if he kills him. Once he finished Earth, like, what else is he gonna do? Like, go other worlds? Other worlds, there might be stronger people than him, you know? Kid Buu is like the main villain for me that says, like, I'm just gonna destroy and that's it. And even if I destroy myself in the process, I'll still regenerate and come back and go to other worlds. Like, the guy itself went to the underworld or the other world to fight dead fighters. And even so, nobody could have stopped him. There's no better villain than Kid Buu, in my opinion. I feel like that was just a true menace that I thought was like, oh shit, there's no going back. Like, there's no way how to turn the clock with this guy. Like, he's like the Madara Uchiha of Dragon Ball Z. Like, you had to kill him in the most stupidest way so he can finally die. Yeah, and then even then, Goku like wished him to be reincarnated. You know, like, he wasn't like, I want you dead forever. He's like, nah, you can come back. But then, like, that's one thing that actually, like, I guess pisses me off. Is like, a lot of people haven't seen Dragon Ball. They've only seen Dragon Ball Z. And so they don't realize that, like, a lot of people will say Vegeta has a lot of character development and then not Goku, because Vegeta has his whole, like, I'm evil, I want to blow up the planet. And then he slowly, assimilates with the Earth. And then he becomes a Z fighter. And then he has, Trunks. Right. And blah, blah, blah. But like, all the character development for Goku is in the original Dragon Ball. And if you remember when he was taking over the tower that was in the Snow Village. Yeah. Like, he meets Ader, like Android 8. Yeah. And Android 8 is the one that teaches him not to, like, kill people for vengeance. Yeah. Like, he's like, you need to be merciful. He's like, if you just kill him, like, you're just equally as bad as him. And so, like, a lot of people watch Z and thinking, like, oh, like, Goku's naive or blah, blah. It's like, no, like, he was, like, someone taught him compassion. Yeah. It's like, hey, or, or not even compassion, just, like, being merciful. Right. I agree. Like, I can say, like, most of the Z fighters had their own character development but they all have to go back for Dragon Ball. Like if you didn't see Dragon Ball, then you basically missed out the whole character development. That's why everybody like shits on the other Z fighters. It's like that's not fair. You can't shit on the other guys because you actually haven't seen them grow since the very beginning. And just circle to your point. You can't shit on Goku on his character development. It's like, oh, he's always been the same thing from the very beginning of Z. It's like, no, there was a series called Dragon Ball. Before Z, before Super, there was Dragon Ball, just plain Dragon Ball. And you can see him as this kid traveling around the world looking for Dragon Balls and meeting interesting people and see that the character development from being this kid that doesn't know shit, that you can see that he's dumber than dog shit. And see how he evolves himself to the man that he is right now. So I agree. Yeah. Like people need to see Dragon Ball. They need to see the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Like they don't realize that like Krillin used to be the rival.
Right. Yeah.
Krillin was the first rival, and then it became Tien. And then like Tien had the whole Tien Shinon arc was him like dealing with like he's part of the Crane school, and then he finds out that like Crane is like this honest and that Roshi is like, you know, better and blah blah blah. And then the whole time he's conflicted.
Yeah.
Because he's like, do I leave my master who gave me like a home and everything? Because I see that he's not actually like a good person. Like there's so much character development. And then like when you go into Z, they kind of take a back burner because they're not strong anymore. And then people are like, oh, well, why even include Tien? It's like, because he was important to Goku.
Because he's one of the originals. The original Z's, man. Like
same with Piccolo. Like with Piccolo, he was trying to kill Goku in the last like martial art tournament. And then when he beats him, he gives him a sensu bean. And then like everyone's like shocked that he gave it to Piccolo. And then again, like Piccolo could have just like fought him again, and Piccolo just like nodded, and then he just like flew off, you know? It was like they understood each other. And it's like you don't like you go into Z not knowing like all these interactions.
And I'll be honest, I started watching Z first before I watched a Dragon Ball. And then and it wasn't until the Cell Saga. Before the Namek Saga, before it became the Frieza Saga. It wasn't then that they paused the English stuff for a moment because there was like Funimation bought the rights to Dragon Ball's English dub, so they were doing a lot of transferring of the English stuff to from the old anime studios that they were showing. It was like a huge thing, but I didn't know back then. What was happening because I knew that it stopped like when Goku arrived to Namek, the English, and then they just like repeated back from the original scene. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey, yo,
crap! Now I gotta wait for another couple of months until this shit happens. Like, come on! I didn't know back then, but I remember it was back then that when that happened, I started to look, internet when it was the dial-up era. It's like, oh no, there was a show called Dragon Ball before Z. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Where can I watch this? And that's where I started watching Dragon Ball from the very beginning. And I'm like, holy shit. It's like, holy crap. Now I understand where Goku is. And I understand now why Yamcha was like that, and Tien and Piccolo.
Yeah.
Like, now it all makes sense. Now it made sense. All right. Yeah, so that was a breakthrough. And once the transferring of studios was complete, then they resumed with the series. It's like, oh, thank God. But yeah, a lot of fun memories. Do you remember all the movies that they ever played out? Which one will be like
they were like
your top 3 that you will say like, holy crap, I love this movie?
I always say the original Broly movie, bro. That is. He is such a menace, bro.
If it's not Kid Buu, it's Broly. That'll be my second favorite villain. Yeah, the original Broly, not the canon Broly now. Even though I love the canon Broly, but the original Broly, yeah,
he's such a menace. I like when they're when it's like Trunks, Gohan, and Goku like front lines, and then Broly's like, "Do you love your son, Kakarot?" Because he's gonna go kill Gohan.
Yeah,
like that's so menacing. And then like they're like, can we get a handicap? And he's like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean slaughter? like random stuff like that. And then he blows up like the planet in front of like that little alien race.
Yeah.
That they had slaves. And it's like, oh, is that your home? And then he just blows up the planet. I'm trying to think what other movies. I know I've seen other movies. I've seen the Trunks one.
The
like
history of Trunks.
Yeah, like how he got the sword.
Yeah. Wrath of the Dragon as well. There's like 2 Trunks. There's Wrath of the Dragon, where he got the sword, and then there's the history of Trunks, which shows like how future Gohan got killed, and then Trunks got to like, all right, let's go travel back in the time.
And then there's the Janemba one.
I was gonna say that was one of my favorites, Janemba.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of my favorites. Along, I guess I can put Broly in there, yeah, because Broly itself was already a menace, and Broly was my other favorite character, and I'm stuck between one of these 2 Cooler movies, either Cooler's Return or Cooler's Revenge. I'm stuck in one of those 2. I know, like, a lot of people have mixed feelings about the second movie of Cooler when he becomes Metal Cooler, because it kind of was half-assed, but it's the fact that I was able to see Goku and Vegeta fight side by side before anything, and some of the fighting scenes were actually pretty hard. I can't deny it. I mean, if it's not the Cooler, I would say like one of the old DC movies, like the Tree of Might.
Yeah, with Turles.
Yeah, Turles, the world's strongest. Damn, there was still so much. Obviously, Janemba is right there. Like the Fusion movie, that 100%, that's my top one. That's my favorite. That's where Gogeta's first appearance arrived, and to me, that was like, yep, there you go, my favorite character. Wrath of the Dragon was actually pretty good. I can't deny that one. But there's like quite a.
What's the one with BoJack?
Yeah, I was gonna say that one right now.
I say BoJack.
Yeah, BoJack Unbound. That was the other one. Yeah, BoJack Unbound. And I guess lastly, the second Broly movie. But I gave that movie its grace because of how Goku and Gohan and Goten all threw a Kamehameha family tree.
The family Kamehameha.
Yeah, like that's probably like why. And then it's just that his appearance of Goku appearing after he was dead, and then he's with Gohan and Goten for the first time seeing his son since he was dead. And he didn't even knew Goten. That was his son. He just knows he's right there. And they're all duo, Kamehameha all together. Yeah. Probably one of my fondest memories on that movie. Yeah.
I'll say the third one, Bio Broly, so bad.
I heard somebody, they said that they loved that movie. I don't know who it was, but I know I told them, like, yo, you know shit about Dragon Ball or anime. Like, get the fuck out of here. You had such
or anything.
And if you had such horrible taste, tell me Bio Broly was amazing. Like, you get this button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Did you play yourself?
Yeah.
Button?
Yeah, the play yourself button, bro. Like, no. Like, what a waste of time and money on that one. Yeah, no. I don't even know. Nope. No. I'm not going to even dabble that. But yeah, bro, like some of the funnest moments with Dragon Ball, and it's all thanks to Akira Toriyama. Before we switch this topic, what do you think it's gonna be now, the future of Dragon Ball? Because to my knowledge, wasn't Akira part of the manga? Like, wasn't he like doing the manga? And the manga is not even finished, right?
I thought he already had a successor for the manga.
Oh. Okay.
But he was like part of it, but someone else was drawing it because a lot of people criticize the drawings.
Really?
Yeah, because Toriyama does very like big, like wide shots.
Yeah.
And the new guy puts a lot of like smaller panels. Oh. So like Toriyama might take like maybe like 3 panels per page.
Yeah.
This guy will try to fit like 9 in one page.
Oh.
Like they're smaller, it's more detailed. but a lot of people are like, yo, that you need like a microscope to
Bro,
you're adding like 9 panels in one page. That's the criticism I've seen about it. Like they don't mind the art style, but they're like, yeah, but the way the manga's laid out, it just feels too much like reading and less like impactful like scenes. But I assume like Toriyama is part of like the storyline, but maybe not just like the drawing. What I want to know is what's going to happen to Daima.
Well, I mean, Daima is already done, right? Like I'm pretty sure.
Wait, it's already recorded, shot, everything?
I mean, I'm assuming based off previous knowledge, I'm assuming that they already have it. If they already have enough shots to show something for a trailer, I'm pretty sure they have enough shots for a first season. I don't know if there's gonna be like 2 or 3 more seasons, depending on the success of it. Now, I feel like now with Daima, it's gonna be more popular than what it should be because of the passing of Akira Toriyama. Like, I feel like Daima wasn't gonna be that all big of a deal. Only like true hardcore Dragon Ball fans will watch it. But now that he has passed, now everybody wants to watch it. Now everybody's gonna see it. So its popularity is gonna go big because, you know, hey, this is like his last remnant of it, his last piece of work of whatnot. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna pass 2 seasons. I just don't see it past 50 episodes. Honestly, I just don't. But I could be wrong. I feel like people will want more to finish the super arc than to continue on with Daima. You know, so I think that's what people are more excited about. But I guess we'll see. I didn't know there was a successor, so that's news to me. So, but it makes sense, you know. It just sucks that now most of the anything that's Dragon Ball related, there's not gonna be any more of the Toriyama supervision. So now the studio who owns the rights can basically do whatever the fuck they want, and this could potentially lead a downfall to Dragon Ball because of how popular Dragon Ball is, and they want to continue milking the machine, man. They just want to keep it going. So I don't know, man. It sucks how it all went down, and I'm just projecting out there. I don't know anything what may happen. It might be something good. It might be something bad. Who knows? Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about the future of Dragon Ball, and leave your comment down below with your favorite episode, your favorite character, and favorite movie, and you know what may inspire you to watch the Dragon Ball from Akira Toriyama. So rest in peace to a legend, man.
Rest in peace.
All right, so let's move on to the next subject. Let's go now to TCG Talk. YCS controversy. I mean, we already discussed what went down on YCS more or less. I mean, if there's anything to add on, a lot of people cheated. That sums up the YCS. A lot of people got cheated, and it was caught red-handed on camera.
Right. Yeah.
Just like that. There's nothing to it. Was there something that you wanted to mention?
Oh, it was for Master Duel.
What happened on Master Duel?
This is more like a joke, funny enough, but so you know, so Fire Kings is like not Fire King, sorry, Snake Eyes is the meta there right now.
Just like in TCG and OCG, yeah. Snake Eyes is everywhere, absolutely. The only one that's missing is Duel Links.
But they don't have Fire Kings there.
They have Fire Kings there in Duel Links. They probably have the OG Fire Kings. I don't think they have the new Fire.
Yeah, no, but they don't have the new one, the Garunix and High King
and Ponix or any. No, they have the
Ponix,
OG.
yeah.
They only have the OG,
which no one runs.
Yeah, that nobody cares, right?
Yeah. So the meta is only like Snake Eyes, but someone like was going in like my videos, and it was with the one that I did with Ruben. It was
it when Ruben did Kashira Runic?
No, he did Runic Vanquish Soul.
There you go, Runic Vanquish Soul. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah. And then like people were saying like, yeah, we're watching this because we're trying to counter the Master Duel meta or whatever. And he was like, so that he was saying that like they were like, yo, he was like at Ruben. They're like, yo, your texts are crazy, blah, blah, blah. Because Ruben was playing like Gravity Controller. I'm sorry. Yeah, Gravity Controller. It was just funny. That was like, people are like watching this video like months after. And it's for Master Duel, not even TCG. And it's because of Snake Eyes.
That's crazy.
So I thought that was just funny. That like, shout out to Ruben though.
Shout out to you, Ruben, man. Thanks for the update. Hey, man, whatever helps out your channel, bro. Hey,
yeah. Oh, I think I have a screenshot. Let me read it because I thought it was just funny what this guy was saying. He said, he's amazed at Gravity Controller because he had the issue with the extra Monster Zone.
Right.
And then I think he told Ruben, he's like, yeah, that's at him because I think Ruben commented on the video.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, are you the guy that made the deck profile, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, your choices are crazy because I had the issue with the extra Monster Zone. And he's like, I talked to so many pro players locally and experts and they like didn't even think of this, blah, blah, blah.
Yo.
So yeah,
Ruben got the sauce.
Better than pro players.
Got the sauce.
He's better than pro players, apparently.
Yo.
No, he is. He's a good player. But it's just funny that like almost like a year-old video is getting traction because of Snake Eyes.
Yo, Snake Eyes it's shifted the meta, bro. Like on the last locals that we handled, there was like so many people that locals. Again, the first person that I had to face had to be Juan again, bro. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Last person and now the first person, like, come on. And he was playing a bullshit version of Snake. He was playing like Volcanic Snake Eyes, which is like, well, okay, I don't know anything about volcanics, but I know how to stop you on Snake Eyes. And at least the deck that I had, Earthbound Cash, by the way, is great. I have no issues with it. But that's where I felt like, oh man, the meta format changed drastically now I have to rethink about all my side deck options because I feel like some of my side deck, if I had different cards, I think I would have been in a better state. But other than that, like I would not change the extra deck or the main deck. My deck was actually pretty good. It did its job. It's just like the siding options. Yeah. Snake Eyes, bro, they go burr and it's crazy now it's this tier 0 format of Snake Eyes. It's just like we all have to have 12 hand traps and then have board breakers at the same time. It's ridiculous. That's why I'm happy when Tenpai Dragons come in April next month. I'm so happy because that's the answer to Snake Eyes. Even though it sucks that we have to have another deck in order to answer the tier 0 deck.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred a little bit more stable format where other rogue and tier decks have a fighting chance. But that's just the reality of it. And yeah, like as Juan's first round, it was just like it just like shows you like even a bullshit version of Snake Eyes, which I'm pretty sure it's probably the weakest version, the volcanic part, it's still enough to take down anybody. Like
the volcanic part is what I lost you.
I don't.
It's not the weakest, bro. But yeah,
I mean, it's the weakest compared to the other variants, like Fire King variant and Pure variant. With the Diabell Stars are much stronger and consistent than the volcanics. Based on what I'm seeing in the list, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen one version where there's like, oh yeah, Snake Eye Volcanic. I haven't seen it yet. And one was doing that one. I was like, holy fuck. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a bullshit version, yet he still managed to power through. Like, I mean, did he win like top 4, right? He was already at top 8, right? He didn't have one loss, did he?
No, I think he got first again.
Did you see what I mean? Like one of the weakest variants, and yet he managed to top off. And let me tell you, in this tournament, there were like, again, we chatted. There was like 21 people. There was a lot of people, and some of our friends for the community, strong players. Like we got Kenneth with his Labyrinth. We got Matt. Who else do we got that was like a very great player? Oh, George with his D-Link. I keep forgetting about George. George is his stupid D-Links. Like, again, we got a lot of great players and they're great at their decks. Yet it was a very tough competition, and Juan just like swooped everybody. I went about two. My round, the round that I went against George, because my last one was with George on his D-Link. Oh my God, I almost had it. He beat me on the first round, and the second one we were top decking. It got to the point that we were just top decking until one of us powered through, and I literally almost had it if it wasn't for time. And I told George, you're gonna win for technicality, and he's like, "Why? How long we got?" It's like 15 seconds. Like, oh shit, sorry, bro. I don't like winning like this. It's like, I know, I don't like it either, but it is what it is. Almost had it. If I would have had that, if I haven't lost life points that one moment, I would have won that game, and we would have ended up drawing together, and then I would have a 2-1-1. Earthbound Cash is good, man. I'm still exploring with the cash variant, see what other stuff I could feel. Maybe I'm gonna go back to Punk Cash. We'll see how it goes. But overall, like, I feel like the side decking, like, I feel like I need to go more strong on board breakings, like Dark Ruler normals. Summon Limit definitely helped a lot. Summon Limit is a very OG, very strong card. Evenly definitely helped. What was the other one? Draw Lockbird did its thing, but it only lasted long. I feel like I'm gonna switch to deck Lockdown just so I can have that consistency. Like, if I have already a strong board, and once it's already established, I could just, all right, deck Lockdown. Like, now, don't worry. Now you can't search. You have to find ways to blow up my card, and I'm just gonna run over you. And Ghost Mourner and Ghost Ogre are the two hand traps that I'm trying to implement it on this new version of Earthbound Cash. Because Ghost Ogre is I think Ghost Ogre is actually pretty good in this format. Because do Promethean effect, you could just discard Ghost Ogre and Promethean just goes away. Do the Divine Temple, well, Ghost Ogre away. There's so many cards that you can do, like any effects that they require. Sure, you're not negating them, no, but you're removing them from the field. And that's exactly what you want. You want them out of the field. You don't want them to stay in the field, because it's simple to do normal summon or special summon Snake Eyes Ash effect. You can just Ghost Ogre. He goes to the graveyard. Yeah, you can search the popular, but guess what? You have no boards on the field, and he cannot link Garibo, or he cannot do any other shenanigans. Now he has the one popular, and the one popular will be easy to stop. And then you can just Ghost Mourner, because it's another negate, and if he leaves, then you take damage as well. So those are like mostly all the side cards that I'm looking into, that I'm like trying to implement, see how it goes for the next time that we go to the locals. But that's far my experience. Tell me, what about yours? Let's hear about it.
I will say to defend Juan that sometimes, like, going to like a meta like YCS is not the same as going to locals.
No, of course.
And that's why, like, I do think Juan has one of the strongest Snake Eyes decks.
Yeah.
Because he's fighting like the broadest pool, and he can always win. Because if I'm fighting the same Snake Eyes deck, I know how to counter it, and everyone knows how to counter it.
Okay.
But with Juan, it's like he has the Snake Eye stuff, but then he has the volcanics. Like, oh, you stop me with the Snake Eye stuff? Well, I have an engine that can like push through. Right. So I think, like, in terms of YCS, like pure Snake Eyes is probably like the best. But when you know you're fighting a diverse like format, which is not the pros, but at the locals, like, I think he has one of the strongest decks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how
it was an uphill battle for me. Even when an established board, it was still enough for him to interrupt and break my board. Like, Like the whole point of Snake Eyes is there people don't realize Snake Eyes, when they have an established board, their board is fragile. It's fragile as fuck. People don't realize, like, they don't have any omni negates unless they pull out a Baron and have their one omni negate out of their ass. That's one instance, but many of them, and if you see an established regular Snake Eyes board, their board is like nothing in there is broken and nothing in there is like omni negation. No, it's they only interact when you start to play. When you start to play, that's when their interruptions start to rise. That's when all the shenanigans goes away, and that's why like ends up you not playing. But like if you have board breakers, like I said, Dark Ruler no more shuts them down. Like they can function, and evenly matched just like banishes all their important cards. Stuff like that. Yeah, you can break the board and you can easily beat them, or well, not. I can't say easily beat them, but more like you'll have a better advantage of trying to achieve on beating them. Yeah, because Snake Eyes itself right now is just. But go on, man. Sorry.
Yeah, like was it Lullaby of Obedience, right?
Yes,
that card is so good in this format because everyone is playing Fire Kings, and so you can just call, against them, you call Snake Eyes Ash, and then either they summon it on your field or add it to your hand. So it's like you get your one card starter because they're like, doing it for you.
Right.
Or you can call Ash, like Ash Blossom, and then like even if they give it to you, you can like summon it, go into Hita, and then you can resummon it. So like Lullaby Beans is good against like Snake Eyes, but like when I was using it at locals, like it only worked against the people I knew what they play. But so it's like it's not a good card. Like I wouldn't tell anyone like, bring Lullaby of Obedience to your locals, like going in blind to the locals, because it's like it's not going to do you good. But if you're going to like a YCS where like again 90% of the people are playing that deck, then it's like like your deck should have Lullaby of Obedience because it will like get you the extender, the starter, whatever you need. But I really like Juan's Volcanic deck. And I'll tell you why, because I actually ended up facing him. But game one was a hero player. He's new, just started. I think game one I probably shifted him. And it's funny because like when we started, he sat down and everything, and then he's like, he was like, this is my first time playing. And I looked at him, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
You I was next to you, right?
Yeah, you were next to me.
Yeah. Oh no, man.
And then you were like, well, why you apologize to him? I'm just like, it's like, because Kashira like frustrates everyone, especially when they're new. Like Kashira's another fragile board. You just Raigeki me. What do I do? Like, it's not like it's not like Snake Eyes or Fire Kings where you like Raigeki and then they're like, wow, I have all these graveyard effects because you popped everything.
Or on chain.
For me, Raigeki is like, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, but I think like I shifted him, and then he got game two, he got Stratos, he summoned it, and I was like, Imperm. Because I didn't know his deck list. So I was like, okay, like I don't want him to like combo off. He just passed, and I was like,
oh no.
Okay, at least I'm like, okay, like so there's so many unicorn and go off, and so I beat him. But then like we talked, and he was only playing an elemental hero deck. He was not playing heroes. He's playing elemental heroes, and I was like, bro, you need to add Destiny heroes. You need to add
talk, Mike.
Vision heroes, Masked heroes.
Get that Destiny. You need that like the Phoenix Destroyer.
Yeah, because he summoned Blaze Man, and I'm like, why are you summoning Blaze Man? Like, I was like, bruh. I felt bad, but then like we had like so much time left over that like I ended up like teaching him like some of the combos with the other cards. I'm like, this is why you run Malicious, because you do this. This is why you want Ferris. So he was getting into it because he was like, oh my god, I didn't know like heroes did all this stuff. I was like, yeah, but like you have to move on from the elemental heroes, and be open to the other ones. But he didn't come this week, but he told me that. So I think he's gonna come next week, and I have a bunch of extra of the Vision hero cards I was gonna give him to him because I was like,
Oh,
You need them to get your combos.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got him. Game 2 was against Infernoid, and I guess the guy. Well, game 1.
Wait, what? Infernoid? Did I just heard that
Yeah.
right? There's a guy playing Infernoid right now in this meta.
There's 2. Infernoid is the one with the Decadron, right?
Yeah, Decatron. It's the Fire Fiend deck. You just like it's a foolish deck, like foolish, and then special summon big guys.
Yeah, game 1 I shifted him. Game
crap.
2 he bricked and he went first. He's like pass, and I was like, I have full combo. I have my starter. Like unless you, I told him like play it through. Didn't have Droll, didn't have Ash, didn't have anything. And I was like, he showed me his hand and he had like the big guys that he couldn't send the grave or anything.
Right.
And I was like, sorry, bro.
Yikes. Wait until the next support. June.
Yeah.
Or play Snake Eyes Infernoid. That's a fin.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there's 2 people at locals playing Infernoid.
Holy shit. I'm actually intrigued. Infernoid is one of those archetypes that I like it. I just don't know what to do with them. Like I don't know what's their lineup. Never had the chance to learn their combos. Like, but it's a deck that I'm always interested to learn.
Yeah. Their deck line is banish everything, and I'm just like, cool, I summon from banish. Man, I have 2 cards that I'm like, preparation, summon from banish, burst, summon from banish. Like, yeah, so like game 2 was Fernoid. The guy lost to Shifter, then break game 2. I got it. Game 3 was against Juan. Shifted him, didn't matter.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Shifted him, and it just did not matter.
Yeah.
He had more than half his deck in the banish, and he just had enough gas to just beat over. But it's like, if he didn't OTK me, I don't think he had any more resources to beat me. It's just like, it just came down to like, he knew what to play and how to get through it.
Yeah.
And he also plays Oak. Some people don't play Oak, because that one like summons from banish.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, so it didn't matter that like some of his stuff got banished, because he's like, oh, I can summon from banish. And I was like, this deck is so stupid if it does that. But it did. So I was like, okay. And then game 2, again, this is why I think the volcanics is crazy. I set up my board, and then I have my 4 summons, and I go into Harmonizer. Because I was like, I'm just going to steal like your Poplar or something when you send it to grave. And, my bad. Let me go back to game 1. I shifter him. He plays through. They can't OTK me. And then I draw, and I get Fissure. So I play Fissure. So like turn 3 and 4, like we're still under like Droll. I mean, it's like Shifter, right? But like, he still went through it. That's why I was so impressed. But yeah, game 2, I set up my board, go into Harmonizer, and then he's like, oh, that's the one that steals from grave. He's like, yeah. And then he's like, Nibiru. And I was my God.
The 4th summon? Wait.
No. No, I passed 4 summons. Because I summoned 4, and then I used like a Rice Heart, and then I think Ogre to go into Harmonizer.
Okay. He did the same thing with me. He like once I finished with my summons and whatnot, all right, past turn is like, wait, then face Nibiru. And I'm like, yep. He has his Nibiru glued to his hand. Glued.
And what's funny was game 1, he used it for discard, like fodder.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way he's gonna open it again. And he did, and he used it, and he left a token that had like 77,600 attack. And then he used a volcanic to destroy it, and it has the effect of like whatever monster you destroy,
points.
I take damage equal to it. So I had 400 life points left, and then he's like, battle. And I was like, yo, you got it, bro. Like, it didn't matter. That's what I was saying. The volcanic is crazy, because he's like, it just, whatever combo deck that goes up against it, they basically lose. Because once he Nibiru's you, he's like, your whatever token you have is getting, he's gonna get rid of it, and he's going to burn you for it. So I lost to that. But again, I was very impressed the whole time. Very impressed. Because I was like, he played through Shifter, and I'm like, I don't think anyone else under Shifter would have played through it. They would have, most people would have just panicked and maybe just gone into game 2. But yeah, but that combo was crazy. Like Nibiru into
the whole volcanic stuff to burn you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then game 4. Oh my god, what was it? Oh, the Memento.
Oh, the Memento player.
Yeah. It was very interesting. And it was the first time I summoned Infinitrack, like Mountain Smasher, because he summoned the Memento that has like 5,000.
Yeah.
And then he has that card that's like you can like lower it by 1,000 life points to like negate.
Right.
And with all my cashiers, he's like negate. And I'm like, cool, activate negate, cool, whatever. Like all I need is just 2 bodies. And like after the second negate,
he was on their 3,000. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So he had 3,000. I activated the effect to like detach and then to raise it. And he negated it. So then Lord hits the 2,000 and Mountain Smasher has 21. Like when I summoned it and he read it, he's like, I'm really gonna lose to this. I'm like, yeah. I was like, sorry, bro. And I attack and then activate the effect to like steal it so I can attach it. And then I go into Zeus.
Of course. Why not?
And then I wipe everything because I think he also had what was it? No, I think he had like a random trap. I didn't care, but I think he went into the golden sarcophagus.
Yeah.
For the horror stuff, and I was like, Zeus that out of here.
Yeah, no, we ain't dealing with that whole shit.
Yeah, and then I just won. But it's funny because I shifted him. I think game 1,
right?
Or sorry, no, game 2, the one I went to Mountain Smasher, and he tried to drone me, and I'm like, you're under shifter, and then he just like banished it. I'm like, no, like you can't pay cost. Yeah. Like I'm not telling you to banish. I'm telling you can't use it against me. That's why I love shifter and fissure. Because I'm like, it's just draw protection. It's a dead hand. And then what's funny is actually no, it was this week. Yeah, this week I went up against Matt and I did the same thing with the Mountain Smasher. And I go into Zeus and then he like normal summons like a droll. And I'm like, and then I laugh. I'm like, first of all, like my Zeus isn't in front of an extra monster zone. So he can't, I'm like, even if you go into a Mina, you can't steal it. But then, like when he said normal summon regards, I'm just like Zeus it away because I knew he had anti-Zeus.
Yeah.
And then and then he's like, nah, you got it. And he was like, he had anti-Zeus, and I was like, yeah, like I know you do. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not other like again like when other people like let their opponent normal summon, I was like, I always like don't understand like you play Zeus to clear the board. So you have to get their normal summon or their first special summon, whatever. You just have to get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to go into anti-Zeus. Yeah. You're going to bounce back your Zeus. Like, I know the whole play. So the second he's like normal summon, just like chain Zeus on summon. That was like, yeah, I'm like, bro, like, I'm not going to summon from the extra monster zone. But yeah, but that was my experience. I went 3-1. I think I got 3rd place. I think it was like Juan, someone else, and then I think I got 3rd. So I had fun that week that you were there.
That week was actually pretty fun. I feel like it was the funnest time ever because there was a lot of people, so there was like a lot to compete and a lot of decks that nobody knew how to play against each other. You know,
yeah,
it was good. It was also unexpected too because it was just like, damn, there was that many people. It just sucked that it started late because of the whole Dragon Ball thing.
Yeah, like, and you got trolled by Travis.
Yeah, I got trolled by Travis. Bro.
You were calling me like, bro, sign up. I told you, I'm like, this, it ain't starting. Like,
no, every time I hear Travis say that, I must say, psych, because like he gets me all the time, bro. He gets me. He's like, you gotta sign up. If you don't sign up, you're out of the tournament. You're gonna get game 1 loss. He gets me. We didn't start until 4. He was saying that all that bullshit like, oh yeah, we're gonna start at 3:30. 30 minutes later, we didn't start the tournament. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm not gonna get trolled again by Travis again. Nope. I'm just gonna say every time he says something, I'm going psych. Because that's a bullshit. But yeah, that was a fun time. That was a fun locals. Hopefully I can do that again this weekend. got nothing else to add other than, I'm waiting for this meta to be over. I'm waiting for next month so we can get the new shit. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. What's your experience with the locals? And have you get counters, fire stuff like Fire Kings and Snake Eyes? Let us know what your difficulties with it. The next topic I definitely want to talk about in the TCG aspect is Union Arena, because you said it to me today and I didn't realize it. It's like, oh shit, this was a film from Bandai. This is something that's getting released, and I didn't know that they're releasing a demo of it. So, like, do you know much about Union Arena or what it does or how the gameplay? Like, do you not have any knowledge? Because I don't know nothing other than like I want to try it out and see how it goes, but I don't know nothing.
It's kind of like One Piece. So there's like resource management.
Okay.
And it almost plays like Centurion. Where you will have stuff in like the spell and trap zone. Mm-hmm. And here I think it's called like energy line. And then you push like next turn, the following turn, you can push the thing to like the main line.
Okay.
To like the monster zone, basically.
I feel like there's like, isn't that like Car Vanguard?
I don't really know about like other TCG. So like, if it is like
it damn it, I totally forgot it. Yeah, like there's like there's like 6 zones in total, like 3 in the front, 3 in the back. And you could put stuff in the back to support the front or something like that. Like, oh man, I totally forgot how it went. But yeah.
This is 4 and 4, and your stuff has to kind of start in the back row first.
Really?
Yeah.
And then once it moves, next turn you move it to the front, and that's when you can attack?
Yeah.
That's it.
So basically, it's like you're always trying to fill up your back row
as much as possible.
Because then they go to your front row, and then once you start battling, you can like refill your entire front line from the back.
Okay.
But again, you have like energy costs and stuff like that, so you can't just like spam like 4 things like turn 1.
Yeah, just like in One Piece, like if you wanna summon something, you need to like cross the dawn or something. Yeah, like any other game that relies on manas, I guess.
Yeah, and then there's kind of like, I don't want to say like Xyz, almost like, funny enough, almost like anti-Zeus. That like, let's say you have like if you have like Gon like in the front line, and then you have like a stronger Gon, like you can put him like on top of the one that's in like the front line.
Oh, just like Digimon.
Yeah, like again, like I don't really know like all the other stuff, but yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It's also weird because they're doing the demo decks like this week, like March, but the official release is October. Yes.
What?
Nani? Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Demo deck is out now, but the official thing doesn't get released until October? Why so late at that?
Bruh.
Why so what?
Ask Bandai. That is a Bandai question.
Yo, that is weird. But like, what? So they can test the waters and see like if it's worth printing the cards. If there's not enough support, then they'll pull the plug. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
That's such a weird thing to do on a TCG level. Like, and they have so far they have confirmed 6 series.
Yeah,
that they're putting. It was Hunter x Hunter, Code Geass, Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and what's the other one?
One Punch.
One Punch.
Yeah, because One Punch is getting released simultaneously.
So
Japan and TCG will get it at the same time.
That's something that's never happened to my knowledge on TCG history. I've never heard such a thing. So that's gonna be a big statement, a big move.
Yeah, and it also like changes up the meta a lot because like it's not gonna mirror like the meta progression of like, hey, like the first 3 sets and then the next set, blah blah blah. Because now it's just like we're getting like the first 5 like similar, and then like we're just getting randomly like One Punch Man. and they have a bunch of other like IPs over there.
Wait, so
already.
So I'm confused. So how is this gonna? So right now we're only getting a demo decks. This is what we're getting right now of Hunter x Hunter and Bleach. That's it. That's the only demo decks that we're having now. In October, we're gonna have all 6 decks, like all 6.
No,
so
it's gonna be Bleach, and Hunter, and then the following month it's gonna be October. Then the following month is gonna be Jujutsu Kaisen.
And then the following month, the whatever other series.
I want to check their timeline, but yeah, that's what it feels like.
Man, but why so early? Like, if you're gonna have something that late release, you might as well throw the demo in during the summer. Wouldn't that make a lot more sense? Well, like now, like I
October is Bleach and Hunter x Hunter. November is Jujutsu Kaisen, and then everything else is just a question mark.
Well, that's gonna be
and then whenever One Punch Man comes out, it's again like confirmed to be like simultaneous.
Right. And I wonder how it's gonna be played. Like, are they gonna do like they're doing it right now with One Piece? Like, is like every set that they will release, they'll just get like the first wave of support, like first wave characters, and then so on. They'll get the more characters and whatnot. Like in One Piece, let's say like at the beginning, you only had the 4 decks. You have the Straw Hat Pirates Luffy deck. You have the Crocodile deck. You had Kaido, and you had the 4th one. I'm blanking out the 4th one. The Kid decks, and those are like the only 4. And then later on, you'll get more support from more characters of their perspective decks. So I wonder if that's how they're gonna approach. Like, let's say, for example, in the Bleach deck, you're gonna get like the initial, like you're gonna get Ichigo, but you're gonna get base level Ichigo. You're not gonna get like Bankai level yet, and you're gonna get like base level Uryu and Saito and Orihime and Rukia and Renji. Like, you're gonna get like first free season cards. Put it like that.
Well, no, it's the Bleach one is from the 1,000 year war.
So they're gonna have like,
they tell you what our like time frame it's from. Like Hunter x Hunter first wave is Greed Island.
Oh, so Bleach is 1,000-year war. Interesting.
Yeah.
And are they gonna have like a specific characters? It's an interesting TCG format, because let's just say on the Bleach, let's say that Grimmjow Jaggerjack, his fighting style is amazing, you know. So you only play a deck just based on Grimmjow. And there's not that enough support for it on Bleach, but you can get some of that support if you go with Hunter x Hunter cards that can support Grimmjow Jaggerjack's fighting style. And then you play the deck like that. Like, can you combine cards like
so
that?
Each IP has to stay with its IP.
Oh. So if I want the Grimmjow deck, I need to get those certain cards from that series. Basically.
Yeah,
I have to wait until it gets support or something.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Okay. Now I see what they mean about, like, you know, let's see which series is the best, you know?
Yeah. And then the ones that do good, they do like multiple waves. So it's like, I think Jujutsu Kaisen did really good. So then they were doing like Jujutsu Kaisen Part 2.
Oh shit.
With Hunter x Hunter, like they started with Greed Island. I don't know if you've seen Hunter x Hunter.
I've seen some of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did Greed Island, which is the one before the latest arc, or the 2 latest arcs. So then, like, if they want to, they could do like the Chimera Ant arc or the Hunter exam arc, like whatever they want. But yeah, you have to stick like in the universe.
Interesting. So I wonder if it's
not like One Piece, where I think One Piece is only like you just have to stick to the same color, right?
Yeah,
and nothing else.
No, yeah, it has to be the same color, but depending on the color and the character is what cards are you gonna play around that character and color. Because, for example, the best way that I can describe it to you is this. Let's say I have a red ace ace deck and it's red, I cannot just play any. I can play any red cards on the ace deck, but only certain red cards gives the ace deck the support that it needs to battle through. So I can't just like slap a bunch of Luffy's and a bunch of Soros because they're all red on the ace deck and it's gonna be great. Like, no, it might actually conflict with each other. You need stuff like you get 2 Luffy's and then you get a couple of the Whitebeard pirates. You get the Whitebeard pirate itself on the ace deck, because it has its own support and it combos up with each other, stuff like that. And so on with any other. That's why, like in One Piece, like sure you can have more than one color, or you can have more than one red or whatever red you want to play, but you have to make sure that whatever the leader or the character you have goes along with your deck. Otherwise, you just have like a bunch of other random cards that you don't know whether it's good or bad for your deck. So I'm wondering if they're gonna do it in that aspect. Like for example, coming back again, like let's say Bleach has Grimjow, and Grimjow happens to be a very great character and is good play style. Are we gonna have like a bunch of cards that's gonna help support Grimjow on it and doing the Grimjow fighting style? That's what I meant early on. So I'm curious if they're gonna have that for Bleach, for Hunter, and Jujutsu, and for all the rest, or it's just a bunch of random wave and see whichever like makes sense. That's how it does. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do like one hero and then one like villain. Not like not like one character, but I'm saying like the set's gonna be split up between like a hero from the arc. Or the heroes in the arc and then the villains of the arcs. Like for Hunter x Hunter, it's like you're gonna have all the hunters like Gon, Killua, and then the villains are supposed to be the Phantom Troop. So I assume it's like you can make like a Phantom Troop Hunter deck,
right?
And then you have like the protagonist Hunter deck.
Oh,
and so I get like so I assume it's like you can mix and match them, but I assume the strongest ones are gonna be like all the Phantom Troop cards are together. And all the protagonist cards are together. Right. It's probably going to be like how it is.
And so you're saying right now it's already at the OCG right now. It's already been released and it's been playing.
Yeah.
So have you seen any success out of it that you see like, holy shit, people are really into it, like, and it's going to be like this as well in the TCG?
I yes, because I feel like their sales are good because I was talking to one of my friends about this and it's like they're treating this like Fortnite.
Oh. Elaborate.
Because Fortnite does all the collaborations and that's how they make like a bunch of their monies, right? Because it's like, oh, like I haven't played Fortnite in forever, but then it's like, oh, they added Naruto to Fortnite, so then people come back Naruto, into Fortnite because they're like, oh my god, I love Naruto, I want to blah blah blah. Same thing with like when they added Dragon Ball, like a lot of people stopped playing Fortnite for like years, and then they added Goku
just for Dragon Ball Goku and Vegeta. Yeah.
Let me see the list, but I believe they like the newest ones is going to be like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty dope.
And then they have like sets from. It's literally just not like it's not just like anime. Okay, I have the list. I can go down it quickly. Code Geass, you already said. Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter. There's something called I think this is a video game. The Idol Masters. No. I'm pretty sure it's a video game. Demon Slayer, right. Tales of Arise.
I've heard Tales of Arise.
Yeah, that's definitely a video game. Yeah. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Bleach, 1,000-Year War. I think this is the anime. It's Me and Roboco.
I think I've heard of it.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Gintama.
Yeah, Gintama. I know. Gintama is definitely famous. Yeah. Shonen Jump famous.
Yeah. Blue Lock.
Blue Lock, not too familiar.
It's a soccer anime.
Okay.
Tekken 7.
Okay. Sure.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah, Sword Art.
Toriko. Toriko's like this, it's Shonen Jump.
Okay.
He literally dresses like Goku, kind of. It's like a cooking anime. Well, it's more like they're hunting like creatures because they want to cook them and see what's the best like meal they can make.
Leave it to Japan coming up with the most weirdest shit ever, man.
Sin Duality Noir. I think that's a video game.
I think
Um,
that is a
Dr. Stone.
that's an anime. That's a famous anime. Yeah.
Goddess of Victory, Nike.
you go.
Black Clover, and then
Ooh,
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Black Clover. Oh, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
See,
I'm
and that's what
excited.
I'm saying, right? Like, let's say you
Okay.
like none of these like piqued your interest, and then like one day, like, hey, we're releasing like Black Clover into it, and then you're just like, oh my god, I want to get into it just because
Yeah.
you like that. So like that's kind of what they're doing is like they copied Fortnite into a card game, which is not a bad strategy.
Can they execute it well? That's and once they execute it, can they maintain that machine running for years? I
think they can.
I mean, I see One Piece is gonna become a thing for a long time. As long as One Piece is still a thing right now. I feel like they need to slow down a little bit, but I feel like One Piece is becoming an established TCG that's gonna last for a while until people get sick of it, which is I don't know, like people really love One Piece that much. But I still stand on the many discussions you and me had. They need to slow down a little bit, just a little bit. But that's very interesting. So if they're gonna be like that with this new TCG, can they maintain that machine like they do have it on One Piece? Because sure, One Piece has its own fan base and everybody loves One Piece, but you're adding multiple video game and anime shows into TCG. Can you maintain that machine? Execute it?
Yeah.
Sure. If you execute it rightly and based on what you're telling me, that in the OCG, people are buying it, they're getting into it, then okay, then you can execute it perfectly here in the States. Now, can you maintain that momentum? Can you maintain that excitement? That remains to be seen.
I think the assignment is there just because, like I said, like people just get hyped up when their series gets added.
Hey, and more
and it's a way to get people into the game too, because like again, it's like, oh, I'm just getting into the game because of, like you said, like Black Clover, and then all of a sudden they release something else that you like, and now you're into it. Like, and maybe it took you a while to get into it, but like once you're into it, like if you'll start to dabble in the other stuff you like.
Bro, if they drop Gundam into it, game over. Game over.
You're gonna collect every Gundam card.
Every Gundam card. And not only that, I'm gonna be playing mostly all the Gundam cards. I'm gonna try to be the best on Gundam in that TCG. 100%. And let me tell you, Bandai has the rights for Gundam. They sell the Gundam toys. They sell the Gun Plus. They sell the video games. They have the rights, so they can definitely do it. So if they drop the Gundam universe, and Gundam itself has multiple universes, multiple. It's a multiverse series. So if they drop that, and then they're gonna keep dropping more waves of the Gundam multiverse, like they'll drop out Gundam Wing on the first wave, and then the second wave Universal Century Gundams, and then the next one Gundam Seed, and then Gundam 00, and so on and so on. It's like, that's it. GG, man. Yeah. You don't need to convince me. You already did it. I'm invested. I'm gonna get all the cards. That's it. You got me.
We got you.
Yeah. They
I'm looking at their site. They have Attack on Titan as well coming out way later.
Yeah. Attack on Titan is gonna be good for a lot of players. A lot of people will be into that for sure. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they got all right. So they're bringing the heat. Let's see if the heat stays on. Let's just see. Guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about this Union Arena TCG that's coming over. You're excited? Is there a particular anime or video game you're most excited if they bring it over, or they are bringing it over? Let us know in the comments down below. Since you're going to the demo, which deck you're gonna choose?
Hunter x Hunter.
Say less. All right.
Yeah. Like what you said about Gundam is how I feel about like Hunter x Hunter.
Oh.
Like, and it's like they already they already got you.
They already got you.
I don't see myself playing. I really don't see myself playing anything else. Maybe if they do Bobobo, I would. I love Bobobo.
That'll be fun to do a Bobobo.
I would definitely play Bobobo deck. Like how I play Kashtira, like Bobobo is gonna be my Kashtira. Like Hunter x Hunter is like my hero deck. It's like I'm gonna keep playing it until like the next best thing for me comes out. And again, and they do the Bandai stuff with all the like alternate arts. They have some like mana panels, and it's like mana rainbow panels, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I might.
Yeah, you might. And you said it yourself. You said that you weren't gonna jump any other TCG because you're already good enough with Yu-Gi-Oh. So the fact that this is getting you to jump to another TCG, it has to be this excited.
And then Travis was saying that the boxes retail are $75.
$75.
The booster boxes, yeah.
Just like your typical Yu-Gi-Oh set. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Well, he's saying like compared to One Piece, that's like 500. Like
well, I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know yet if the level of excitement of this Union Arena is gonna be as hyped as One Piece, that it's gonna be scrapped to 500. You know, we don't know. We'll see how it goes, you know? But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. We're excited. I'm excited as well. Moving on to the next topic. And yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about it. Pokemon presents Pokemon Legends ZA. We have to discuss about this because in our last episode we did a prediction and the thing aired after the episode was released. Bad timing. But now we got time, and now we got more time to predict more stuff of what we want and what we're expecting. Yeah. Legends ZA. You and me were right. We're half right and we were half wrong. We both were right that it was going to be a Pokemon Legends. We were both wrong, as you say, different region.
Yeah. I was not expecting Kalos, bro. That was crazy to me.
That's wildly unexpected. And I'm going to say this. Why? Why Kalos? Out of all the regions, why Kalos are we getting their, I guess, a continuation or legends or out of the region? Like, why are we getting Kalos? And not only that, it's like they say that the game is gonna be inside Lumiere City. To my knowledge, or to what they're saying, you're not doing anything outside of the city. It's everything is inside the city, which it's not bad because, you know, you can make the city big. You can stretch that out. But I just don't know, like, why Kalos of all places? Like, if anything, everyone was pointing out to be Unova or Johto based on the legendaries that were getting their Paradox forms, based on the DLCs that we got. One of them was near the Johto region, and the other one is in the Unova region. I'm gonna say I got bamboozled. I was not expecting it. And no less, it's the year of the dragon in the Chinese calendar. It's the year of the dragon. So you would assume that, oh yeah, we're more likely to receive a black and white or Unova game where it's Legends or remake, whatever, or sequel, whatever we're making. It's because it's more of the year of dragon. Let's celebrate the year of the dragon. Did not expect Kalos out of all regions of all games, Kalos. And there's so much like ranting of it that I have. It's just like Unova needed more the remake or the sequel than Kalos. Kalos were, I don't know, bro. And also gonna be released early 2025. Like, that's gonna coincide. That it definitely is gonna coincide with the release of the Switch, or the second Switch, the Switch 2, or whatever the next Switch is gonna be. Because they say they're delaying the Switch 2 to 2025 by the first quarter, which I would assume will be like late winter, early springs. So I'm pretty sure this game is gonna be one of those games that it's gonna be released on the Switch and also on the Switch 2. It can happen. I can see it happen. So that way people can buy the Switch 2 and get the Legends game out of it. It's possible. But yeah, that means no Pokemon game for this year as of right now. As of right now, there's no Pokemon games getting released this year, which in a way, I'm okay with it because we've been having a lot of Pokemon fatigue. Like
Yes.
every year is a Pokemon game release. Like every year is a for since Sun and Moon, every year is a new Pokemon game. Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. Let's Go Pikachu. The Nets franchise, Sword and Shield, and then it's Diamond Pearl, and then Legends, and then we got the DLCs, and then next year we got the this one, Scarlet and Violet, and then we got the DLCs. I guess I'm okay to have a year of no Pokemon, but at the same time, I'm still kind of disappointed of what we got because it's not exactly what we were expecting, and a lot of people were like, "Yo, this is not what we were hoping," and you can hear everybody was crying about it. Said, "Yo, we were expecting Johto, and you know what? You gave us the hint. It was right there in Scarlet and Violet. What's going on? This is blah 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 blah." Yeah. To now, we can make speculations that they might probably release something at the end of this year, and they don't need that much exposure because they know they're gonna sell it. Like for example, a remake of Black and White. They'll announce it later on the next Nintendo Pokemon that's happening like in the summer. They always throw something around there. So maybe we might get it. Maybe we may get a remake or something. I don't know. But or maybe we're not getting a remake. Maybe we're just getting the simulation, the emulator versions. Like we can play,
Blue, red.
blue, gold, and silver, ruby, sapphire, all in the Switch. It's like, oh, it's gonna be released online on Switch this year. Everybody can play go revisit your childhood memories and whatnot. Which they did it on the 3DS. So people cannot tell me it's not possible. It can be possible because if they did it on the 3DS and I played Crystal, Jello, and all that's in the 3DS by just purchasing it for $10. Like I didn't even care how much it costs. It's the fact that I was able to replay it, and I can actually transfer some of the Pokemon from there to the bag, and then keep banking
the home.
Yeah. So I can. So that's more likely the possible that may happen at the end of this year. That's why they haven't announced anything, or they're not gonna announce anything. That's why there's no Pokemon game at the end of this year, as they always do it. No, it's gonna be a Legends. And before I give it off to you, I did kind of knew that if they were gonna say Legends, I think, and we talked about it, they were gonna release it next year during January or February, around that period, and then later that year it's gonna be another game, and then 2026 it's gonna be the new Gen 10. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to still stick with that. And this year, no Pokemon game or simulation or remake, whatever it is, I'm fine with it. I just in a way, my expectations were high and then it kind of so.
He dropped.
Yeah, because, and it's fun to speculate. And we never know what we can expect. Maybe it could be a good thing. We're going to get it regardless. We're going to play it. We're going to get it. It doesn't matter. But it's not what we were expecting. But I want to hear your thoughts on all of this.
So Kalos, to me, it makes sense because it's one of the only series where they don't have a second version, right? Like Red and Blue have Yellow, right? Like Gen 2 had Crystal, Gen 3 had Emerald, Gen 4 had Platinum, Gen 5 had Black and White 2.
Right. Okay.
X and Y never had anything. It was just X and Y, and then it went straight Sun and Moon that had Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. With the Switch games, they stopped doing it, but they gave you long DLC.
Right.
So Kalos is one of the only regions where I never had the definitive version or updated version or anything. So maybe they felt like it was okay, maybe it's about time to give it now you can play X, Y, and then you can play Z.
Right.
but I agree they had dropped no hints that it was going to be Kalos. But I agree with you. I think it's going to be 2026 probably be Gen 10.
2026.
Yeah, with the fatigue, I agree. I mean, if you have free time, you can always play the games. But my issue more is like I hope they take the time to polish the games.
Yes.
Like releasing a game every year doesn't bother me, but when you're releasing a game every year and it's like buggy, glitchy, I can't play it, it crashes, like okay, you can't just rush releases. So it's like
right.
if they're taking this year gap to like work on it, make sure it's super polished and runs well, then yeah, I'm all for it.
Especially like the animations, like we have the technology. Like Nintendo has the technology for better animations, So it's like it doesn't always have to like. I guess Legends Arceus is a perfect example of the animations, how they managed to do the battle style and how certain Pokemons, when they choose to attack a certain attack moves, they animate it. So, and as well, if you look at the 3DS versions, their animation styles of attacking was much better than Sword and Shields and Scarlet and Violet, which is kind of crazy to think about it when Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield have better graphics, and yet some of the moves were kind of like stale and staggered. It was just kind of weird overall. And and like you said, the bug, they have to release a patch, so they're buggy at first and they get crashed. So I'm with you. Like if they're gonna do it again, if they're gonna take a year off, they better do a great job on the next gen. Like, take your time. And also the many complaints for a lot of people, especially my cousin, is the Pokemon design. Like, let's not be lazy about it. Let's add a little bit more creativity, I guess. In that aspect, to me, that's never been an issue for me. The character design, like it's never been an issue. I'm more look at it. Does it look cool? Okay, cool. I'll take it. It has a cool stats. Cool. It's cool types. Cool. I'm with it. So it's not that big of a deal because, like for example, if you take Ceruledge, looks such a badass. A fire ghost dual typing, and it has like swords and whatnot. But if you look at its stats is not that good. And then you look at Scarlet Lich, Fuecoco's final evolution. The design is okay. I'm okay with the design. It grew into me, and I like that it's fire ghost, but its stats are ridiculous, and his special moves are even better. So you see where I'm going at? Like I don't I don't care much about the design as long as they're great overall. Then I'm all about it. So yeah, take their time for it, for the next gen, because they have the technology. They can't be rushing shit like this.
And at least for Legends game, like they don't really have to make new Pokemon. They can just like if they wanted, they can do the variants like they did with the Hisui.
Yeah, Hisui variants, and they could just say, "Oh, we're picking another 20 Pokemons, and we're picking the variants out of it." So they don't have to be that creative. They could just use the initial art design and just like go nuts with it. And it's a good thing.
I am excited for the game.
I'm excited. I wasn't expecting, but it's also a good thing that they landed with Legends because of the success of Arceus Legends. That now this new entry of Legends, it's excuse me, it's probably gonna be another entry series of the Pokemon world.
Yeah, yeah.
And people were now gonna be expecting, oh, I want another Legends game. Like, I wonder what other Legends game. And I like the fact that they never indicated, oh, Legends is always gonna be a past thing. Like this in this game, it's definitely a past, but it looks a little bit more modernized than Arceus. Arceus went deep in the past where people and Pokemon didn't get along. In this one, it indicates more that the people in Pokemon are getting along, and they want to build a city for both people and Pokemon to get along.
Yeah.
If anything, the trailer tells me that since they're building Lumiere City, and Lumiere City is very modern, very big, that I guess like they're far into the past, or not that far into the present era. That if nothing's gonna be like how it was in Legends Arceus, and they can tell us that Legends is not just predominantly past, and maybe in the future there could be a Legends game that's all futuristic, and that's how we get some of the Paradox Pokemon or something. Who knows? Or we get some variants. Who knows how it's gonna be? But I like the approach that they're taking with Legends. I like that they finally make it into a entry level game in the Pokemon franchise. So it's not like, oh yeah, we have to red and blue. It's not color versions anymore. Now it's color versions and Legends now.
In Legends, yeah.
Because I don't really don't care about the other spin-off games like Detective Pikachu or Mystery Dungeons. I really don't care that much of it. I don't think it carries as big as a popularity as the others. I could be wrong. Like, do you know?
I think a lot of people love Mystery Dungeon.
Have you played it?
But I agree. I think Detective Pikachu is not not really anyone is excited for that.
Yeah.
But Mystery Dungeon, I feel like a lot of people are always hyped for it.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess so.
I never got into it.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm saying I know people are really, really into it.
Okay, I guess, but I wonder what can we expect from for now this Legends game. I wonder what can we expect from it. And I wonder if it's gonna carry the same. Are they gonna carry the same battle style as they did with Arceus, or they're gonna bring into a new mechanic? I know that Mega Evolutions is gonna be a thing. That for sure.
They tease that, yeah.
Yeah, they tease that it's gonna be a thing. I wonder if they're gonna add more megas. That could be a cool thing. It's a lot of things to expect. We got enough time to predict them. We're not gonna do all that stuff today. But
yeah,
it's just it caught me off guard that it became ZA. It's a Kalos thing. Also caught me off guard that everything's gonna be all under that one city. Could have expanded a little bit more, but I don't know how big the city is gonna be, so I'll take their word for it. And this year we might have a year off Pokemon. Nothing released on it. We don't know. There's still more announcements coming up later near the summer because we didn't see any gameplay, so we don't know how this game is gonna be. We know nothing other than what we saw in the trailer. So I guess later on they'll let us know more gameplay or what's gonna be and who's gonna be the starters, because that's another thing. Now everybody's calculating who's gonna be the starters, which starters are they gonna have new final evolutions. We take out Cyndaquil and the other two, Oshawott and the bird one. Jesus, I keep forgetting the bird grass from Alola. Owlet, yes. Rowlet, yeah. So take those away. So I wonder who's gonna be the free that it cannot be the Kalos ones. So we can't add, Froakie or Felix or the other one. It has to be others that are not from that region, and they'll get their final evos. And it cannot be ones that already have Mega Evolutions, like the original starters. They already have final Mega Evolutions. The gem free like Torchic, Trico, and Mudkip, they all have Mega Evolutions, so it cannot be Pokemon that has Megas and final form. So I'm curious to which ones they're gonna bring over. You got any thoughts?
No, yeah. You don't think they'll duplicate Mega Evolutions? You think they're all gonna be brand new?
I feel that they will brand new because if they did, they would have had Charmander instead of Cyndaquil in Arceus. Because I feel like people love Charizard has become you can look this up. I'm not kidding. This was told to me the other day. Charizard has become the number one most popular Pokemon in the world. Pikachu landed in the 4 or 5 or something like that. not even no longer number one. Charizard became number one. So I don't think they're gonna go like there's look how many variants of Charizards are there. There's like we got the terrestrialized Charizard, we got the two Mega Evolution Charizards,
Yes.
and we got the Gigantamax Charizard. Like I don't think they're gonna continue
Mhm.
milking on more of the Charizard, even though they can. But if they were gonna do that, they could have done like another Hisuian version of Charizard instead of Cyndaquil. The Cyndaquil is dope, but I love Cyndaquil because of the Johto. But I never believed that Cyndaquil was a very common popular fire starter, to my knowledge. At least I don't know. Maybe people are, but never thought that Typhlosion was like, oh yeah. So I feel like they give it to Pokemon that like, oh yeah, let's give in these variants to these like somehow unpopular and popular. Because I doubt that Samurott wasn't popular, but I feel like people are like, oh, but Greninja's better in based on stats and typing. Oh, well, Blastoise is better because they got mega evolution or others. You know that people can make the argument. Now with Samura as that variant, Samura has a fighting chance, and so goes with Decidueye and Typhlosion. So I feel they need to give it to other Pokemon. They're not as popular as they are, but they somehow and give them more flavor to it. That's where my mindset is at, and that's
Mhm.
so yeah. I feel like it's not gonna be any of the colors because otherwise, in the Hisuian, we would have some of the Diamond and Pearl starters. And it's not gonna be Gen 1 or Gen 3, which both of them have Mega Evolutions. Definitely they're not gonna have Froakie, or maybe they may have Froakie, but Froakie only has a Battle Bond evolution. It doesn't have a Mega per se. It's just evolves
Yeah.
into a hairy version of
Ash Greninja, yeah.
Ash Greninja, you know? So maybe Froakie could be put into it, maybe. But yeah, and maybe they can throw us a curveball. Maybe they'll throw one of the recent Gen 9 starters. Like they can throw one of them into it. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. I have nothing else to say. You got anything else to add on?
I I want to predict Chikorita,
Oh, okay. Okay. Chikorita?
Lick Kitten,
Lickiting?
the fire cat that becomes
Litten.
Litten, my bad.
Litten. Okay, Litten.
And then for
Chikorita.
the water, oh my god, I don't know. I want to say from Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I know which one.
The guy like he like snipes.
Yeah,
he has like that water sniper thing.
Yeah, the water snipe one. Yeah. Damn,
It's
that's
so like yeah. I don't remember the name, but I think I'm gonna predict those three.
damn, that's actually a good one. If I have to predict, shit, I have to see the gen Pokemons, man. Because
Well, okay, you already said no Gen 1, Gen 3, or Gen.
Yeah, I know there. I already said those. Okay, but visually I can see them even more. All right, so no Gen 1, no Gen 3, and no of the last gens. So you say Litten, that's the fire, Chikorita,
Mhm.
that's the grass, and the snipe one.
Yeah. Or Piplup.
Oh,
Maybe Piplup.
Piplup could be an option, actually. Yeah. Okay, so I guess in water, I can see Piplup or Totodile. One of those two.
Okay.
I'm more inclined to Totodile because the game is based on a city. City has sewers. Sewers have crocodiles or alligators, and Totodile can be in one of them. That's where my head is going on that. The fire. Jesus, I feel like it's either Litten or Scorbunny.
Not Chimchar.
It's bro, it's just like on the fire selection, I don't like Chimchar, Tepig, or Phoenix. Those are like
You don't like Infernape?
no, I hate that evolution. I just can't.
Interesting.
I just can't, bro. Honestly. It wouldn't be dope if they do Score Bunny and its final evil, they will give him Fire Electric. Now that's a typing. Now that, oh my god. And then for the grass, I think Snivy,
Snivy? Okay.
or Turtwig, one of those two. I'm gonna stick with one of those two.
I want to say Chikorita because I feel Chikorita is so bland.
More bland.
And it'll be nice to see her like
more bland than
updated.
Snivy? Really?
Yeah.
Snivy is just a serpent and just like, oh wow, good for you.
But he looks cool. Even if he's just a snake, it looks cool.
I guess.
Like Chikorita is just nothing. Just green. It's a green blob.
Green blob. I mean, Litten, instead of having the fucking Incineroar that's a pro wrestler, you can have an actual tiger that's quadruple, 4 legs. Then yeah, I'm okay with Litten.
Okay.
I'm okay with Litten. And then, Oshawott and Totodile, yeah, both of them, they could have a different variant. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stick with those. Yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about Pokemon Legends and what you guys think about, did you guys expect it? Are you okay having a whole year of no Pokemon? What's the starters for Legends? Let us know in the comments down below. Moving on to, let's just say, our final topic. We're gonna wrap this up. It's a quick one.
Yeah.
MatPat's final Fury. MatPat from Game Fury has finally retired. And it's passing on the baton to the following people. I saw the video, the final video, and I saw the people that he's giving the baton to. I mean, I don't watch the other channels. I'm only mostly interested in the Game Theory. So hopefully they do a great job and they win me out, just like how MatPat did. It was kind of a very sad episode. Say like, damn, man, I can't believe you're actually leaving. Like, this is it, And that tease at the end is like, oh, get out of here, man. I knew it. Working for Scott Lang of the FNAF series, that was like, wow. Like, I didn't see that one coming, but I kind of like expected it. It's like, oh, okay. So you're still going to be in the FNAF. It's just now you're going to be working more directly to it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's a good thing that he went a goodbye tour episode and saw all the final things and it give us, I didn't get much of the explanation to the whole Fury thing, but I like how he started off, with one of his first intros, and then how he and then it's like, bro, this was a good thing. It was a good thing. What do you think about it?
I watched it. It was very like bittersweet. Like, I'm happy he's moving on to like bigger things. But it's like I said too, it's like I feel like I've seen his other channels. I watch Food Theory and Film Theory. I haven't done fashion one, but it's like his persona is what gravitates me to it.
Right.
Like, I honestly don't think if like someone else made like a food channel, I'll be like interested in it. I just think it's like the way MatPat like does his stuff and his persona of like presenting the stuff, I think is what captures me to do it, to watch it. And I feel like it's gonna be hard to replicate.
It's gonna be hard to replicate, and it's also gonna be hard for them for them to win our hearts right away. I think it's gonna take time, and I feel like if they don't hit the nail in the coffin right away, I don't think it's gonna be as good as it was when Matt was around.
Yeah,
and that's my biggest worry of the channels. Like, it's not gonna be as gravitating as Matt. Is more of a like, hey, I'm off, and here's your substitute teacher. Nobody asked.
Substitute.
That's what it is. It's a substitute, or a replacement. Like, nobody asked for it, and unless you say or do something that, oh my god, like, I'm with you on it. It's gonna take time. For me, it's gonna take time. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the Game Theory videos. Whenever they do with the FNAF series, I'm more intrigued of what else are they gonna be doing. But I don't know. I'm not as thrilled as I was before when Matt was around. So I don't know what to expect. honestly.
I agree.
But hey, it's just a theory.
It's a theory.
A game
A game theory.
This time we nailed it.
We got it.
We got it. Yeah, bro. Like we can wrap this up, man. It was a bittersweet with MatPat. But we wish him nothing but the best, and we're happy that he's gonna be working now directly to Scott and possibly with the FNAF series, and hopefully we'll see more FNAF games or more FNAF stories, or even cartoons or animes or shit. Like I don't know, sky's the limit at that point. And I wonder how the second movie of FNAF will hit, man. I hope we get an R-rated version. I hope we do. I want my R-rated version of FNAF, man. I really do.
FNAF Union Arena.
Yo. Don't play around. Yo. That's gonna be sick. Yo. The sky's the limit at this point, man. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up right here, guys. Before we wrap it up, plug yourself out. Let the whole world know where they can follow you, man.
Yep. YouTube and TikTok, Instagram. Mike Phoenix Hero. I do YouTube content like deck profiles, unboxings. Follow me and let me know what you guys want to see. And if Union Arena takes big, I might just do Union Arena videos too.
It might be.
If I get the demo deck tomorrow, I might as well just record it. So if you want to see that, if I get the deck and you want to see me opening it, follow me. You can watch it.
Bro, you better be like one of the first people to be there at the store. Like dead ass. Like, yeah, you have to be one of those first people. Like did they tell you what time they're gonna like do the whole thing at the store or no?
No.
So it could be like it could be like literally when the store opens and that's when they're gonna give it away.
Yeah.
Oh no, Travis, don't do this to us. Don't do this to us. Yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below with Junior Arena. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you very much, Mike, for coming over to the show. As always, man, it's always a great pleasure to have you on the show and kick it with you, man, and just nerd ourselves out with all our geek shit that we love, man.
I love being here, so keep inviting me, bro.
Absolutely, you're more than welcome to always come back here, man. And thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications here at AWGC Podcast or A Wolf in Gates Clothing here at youtube.com/AWGC Podcast. You can also check the audio versions at Lone Wolf Music or Lone Wolf Podcast, Wolves and Music, or of course A Wolf in Gates Clothing. They're all free. You can check them out at SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts. Share your experiences. If you guys got a specific topic that you want us to talk about it, please let us know in the comments down below. We're going to do our best to talk about it on the next episode. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys at the next one, all right? Peace.